Hi, my name is Jennifer Richie. I'm a 29-year-old mother of three. I live in Elizabethton, Tennessee. I was a normal person that grew up in a small town. I was involved in almost every sport the school had to offer, all the educational programs. I was a cheerleader. I was on the swim team. I was the dive team. I was in cross country. I made every poster the school had to decorate for pep rallies. Every teacher that had a poster board in their room, it was done by me at their request. Student of the month, civic orientation speech winner, horticulture student of the year, MVP of the basketball team, MVP of the track team. And soon after that, I fell off a porch and shattered my lumbar vertebrae, number 3. And about 2 weeks after I fell, I was given a spinal cord surgery that left me completely paralyzed from the chest down. They told me I was a T12 complete paraplegic. They explained to me that completes don't have a chance to ever move past their injury sites, and incompletes do. And they briefly explained that I'm not incomplete, that I am very much complete. It was an iocentric surgery that sliced the spine, which means the doctors had to cut function in order to save function, which was putting me back together with titanium rods and Z-plates. So I knew what they were saying was you'll never walk again. Maybe you might use the bathroom on your own again, but that was very slim and shady. And none of the therapists ever entertained the idea that I would ever even stand on my 2 legs again. After surgery, they pretty much told me it was up to me how long I was going to stay at the medical center. I had to learn how to feed myself. I had to learn how to get up into my wheelchair before they could release me from the Quillen Center. The medical approach to my problem was about 32 pills a day for about 7 different things. And they started pumping me full of all the pain medications, the muscle relaxers, the blood pressure medications, the stomach aids, the stool softeners. I took a Lovenox shot every day, which was not a very easy shot to take. It was something that I took to keep blood clots from forming. And I basically got to the point where they could medicate me all they wanted, but it wasn't helping the pain, and it wasn't really doing anything except making it harder for me to get nutrition. It made me lethargic. It was causing more problems. I wasn't coherent. I was having a very hard time eating the medications. I was vomiting every time I tried to swallow pills. And it got to the point where I would sit on the toilet at least 10 to 15 hours every day because of how hard my stools were from all the medications. And I was just beginning to learn to use the bathroom again. We had to combat, too, that I was 68 pounds at the start of the recovery. So I was dropping weight like crazy. My family was concerned. I was concerned. I was having ovarian cyst ruptures left and right. It was to the point where I basically went on a water fast. And from there, I never went back to the MDs.
My name is Rebecca Black. I'm a physical therapist. I work for the Therapy Center Incorporated. Jennifer came to me as a referral from a pain management physician. My understanding is that she was initially rendered a complete paraplegic. She was recovering but was still having primarily a lot of pain down into her back and her lower extremities. She was having trouble keeping weight on. She was having trouble managing her energy level. She was having trouble sleeping at night.
So a friend of mine told me about 5+, a kind of food that was coined as the world's most perfect food, and asked me to give it a whirl. He thought that it would help me in my digestive problems. And immediately the 5+, I had energy again. I can't express to you how nice it is to go to the bathroom after 6 years.
2 months after I started seeing Jennifer, she actually brought some of the food in just as a trial for me. And at that point, I saw a change in her physical appearance. You know, she looked healthier, her skin color was better, she was much more balanced as far as her physical status goes, and was showing some improvement in her decrease in her pain and her general mobility in her feet.
But I remember the first time that I was able to push myself up out of my wheelchair and stand in a walker. And I was so excited going that day just so I could show him that I could stand in the walker. Being able to realize, oh wow, I am getting better. Oh wow, I'm putting on weight. Oh wow, I'm building muscle. So I continued to do the 5+ and I got on a regimen of liquid aloe vera, and I spent about 2 months eating nothing but 5+ and liquid aloe vera and my regular blended up berries. And it was this last year that I came out of my last set of leg braces, and that was kind of the turning point, because they told me, you know, you've done good, but you're never getting out of your leg braces, you know. And I kind of, for a little bit, thought, well, okay, I'll be in leg braces. But I knew if I had pushed this far that I was just going to keep on pushing. And the leg braces coming off was very liberating. I threw one out the car window, along with my handicap parking stickers.
From the time that she first came in the wheelchair and now, I wouldn't have thought it was the same patient. I would have not, honestly, I would not have given you much of a chance to see you at where you are, and I think it's just a miracle. I love it. I wish all the patients could do that.
In order to recover my brain and spine, I started with the brain and spine. And second to my brain and spine, I think the most important thing is assimilating nutrition. Because without a little bit of gas to make the engine go, it's not going to go.
I think nutrition is probably one of the key components that hopefully is going to continue to improve and grow. Most physicians come out of school and have no clue how to help patients with nutrition. Our food products are horrible. I think a lot of chronic pain these days is a result of poor nutrition or poor nutrients in our food, people not knowing what to eat. So I think in looking at chronic pain and looking at prevention and looking at treatment in disease process overall, the nutritional status that we have as a country is going to be the key to solving that.
I realized real quick that the hospitals were very limited on the resources they had. I realized very quick that pharmaceuticals was an industry driven by profit, not by disease control or maintenance. I realized very quick that the MDs had studied at these institutes of lower learning and didn't quite have the capacity to mind control things the way I was doing.
Pharmaceuticals obviously have a place and are helpful, but I think they cover up a lot of things, and I don't think they're a long-term solution. I think getting healthy food that's nutritionally appropriate is probably could, kill our pharmaceutical companies. A lot of people wouldn't like hearing that, but our drug cost in this country would drop dramatically if people had appropriate food available to them that was nutritionally sound.
Drop the restraints of society. Drop the pill bottles. Drop the running to your shelf 5 times a day to medicate yourself. Drop it all. Get rid of all this responsibility and make your only responsibility taking care of numero uno. Without Don Tomlin creating 5+ and bringing it back to the world, I don't think that I would have been able to fix the digestive problems that I was having, and there would have been more suffering added on to the plate of suffering that I've already had. Don, I prayed for God to send me Don about 4 months before he came. I knew Don was coming. I have clairvoyant dreams. I wasn't sure who this man was with a black mustache, but once I saw him for the first time, I'm like, ooh, that's the guy from the dreams. So I knew in the back of my mind that good things were coming, but to have him there in person with 5+ and all of its greatness was a true dream come true. There are 7 simple things, and it's as easy as breathing, drinking water, getting out in the sunshine, moving, developing healthy relationships, eating whole foods, and having a passion about something. And without doing those 7 things, you're not truly going to live. It's simple. Those are not impossible feats. They are only attributes of our mind, doorways that can be opened or slammed by only the individual. I challenge anyone to take whole foods, make them part of their life, along with air, water, movement, healthy relationships and a passion about something, and you will change your life the way I've changed mine. I am not a medical miracle. I am common sense. I am lucid. I am pragmatic. And what I've done for myself can be done and help others achieve whatever their limitations are. But it starts with you as an individual. Give yourself a chance. Try organic whole foods. Get chemical and additive and preservative free, and see what it feels like to eventually drop the chains and the restraints that our society has placed on us, and learn for yourself and make your own decisions about what is right for you, what is wrong for you, and take it back to the basics of life.